Sometimes life just isn't fair. That's the case for Nick Fitzgerald and the upstart Mississippi State Bulldogs, who were ranked inside the top 15 heading into last night's Egg Bowl showdown at home with Ole Miss. If you didn't see it, we'll show it to you here. Fitzgerald went down near the midpoint of the game's first quarter when he was hit low and suffered a gruesome lower body injury. The injury to Fitzgerald has been confirmed as a dislocated right ankle. The junior went under the knife this morning in surgery that has been deemed successful. Nick is expected to be out 6 to 8 weeks before he starts his rehab, and he could return to the field, believe it or not, by spring. Great news for the Bulldogs and their fans, because it sure looked a whole heck of a lot worse just over 24 hours ago. As for the game, it was a pretty good second half. There's Fitzgerald returning to the sidelines. Third quarter, Ole Miss trying to stretch this thing out, and Jordan Ta'amu hits the dangerous A.J. Brown in stride, and 58 yards later, that's Brown dancing into the end zone. He had 167 receiving yards in that score, but Ta'amu wasn't finished. He's going to go deep again, up top to DK Metcalf, who's going to shake a tackler, stay in bounds, down the sidelines for 63 yards. MSU would make it interesting, a couple of late scores, but Ole Miss hangs on to claim the Egg Bowl, 31-28.
Obviously, frustrating for us. A big game, you always want to go find a way to win that game. Things didn't go our way through much of the game, but we continued to battle, continued to fight, continued to compete for 4 quarters, and always proud of our guys. If you watch us play, we're always play with relentless effort. And I thought, our guys gave great effort for the entire 60 minutes. We just wish we had 61 or 62.
Bulldogs finished the season with an 8-4 record. They'll now have an extended amount of time off as they await to hear which bowl game they'll play in. Could be December, maybe even January. With a 7th-ranked Mississippi State women's basketball team struggling, the team laid their eyes on senior Victoria Vivians and Tierra McCowan. They leaned on big number 35 and number 15 in their 90-54 win over Columbia this morning in the Cancun Challenge. The Dogs held an 8-point halftime lead, but the Dogs erupted for 53 points at half number 2. McCowan and Vivians combining for 25 of those. The Bulldogs will take on an undefeated Green Bay Phoenix team in the de facto Cancun Challenge title game Saturday morning at 10 a.m. For those of you SEC crazies out there looking to get 2 teams into the college football playoff, you had your eyes locked in on this one, Miami and Pitt this afternoon. There's Malik Rozier connecting with Amon Richards. 7-3 Canes, but later in the quarter, Pitt's freshman QB running it in. That's Kenny Pickett. He played one hell of a game, and he's going to run right over his defender, Jaquan Johnson. It was 10-7 going into the locker room. Pitt adds another score, up 17-7. Then they put this one out of reach of the fourth. On the bootleg, Pickett to Pater. Pitt. The Panthers shock Miami 24-14. Speaking of college football playoff implications, here's one for you. The annual Iron Bowl kicks off tomorrow between top-ranked Alabama, 6th-ranked Auburn. The winner, they're going to be crowned the SEC West champ, and they'll take on Georgia in the SEC title game. Bama can further cement their Final Four resume, and Auburn could possibly jump right back into the top 4 tomorrow afternoon. Also, we can't forget about 19th-ranked LSU. They'll close out their regular season against Texas A&M and Baton Rouge. Tigers, they've won 2 straight. They're 5-2 in conference play, and after Mississippi State's loss last night, LSU could have an argument for a New Year's Six bowl game if they can beat the Aggies. Tomorrow's game kicks off at 6:30.
I don't know, should you be happy for Ed Orgeron down there? LSU?
I just can't stand his voice.
What? Man, this show, I tell you, this is what.
First DJ Smoothcat, and now Ed Orgeron. What's next?
Maybe if Orgeron gets Smoothcat down there,
he could be. They could good tandem.
Set it off for that game tomorrow. Thank you, sir.